Alright, I found an issue sewing the last moccasins up. One of my daughters reported that it scratches her on the inside, and I actually applied this flap over the top by sewing it in like this way, and then going and standing this way, sewing it in this way, and then standing it up, pulling the seam up so if it sits like this. But in doing that, it exposes this part of the fur that's cut, and I can actually feel it. It feels like a razor stubble right there. Even though I used an X-Acto blade to cut this, I still feel a rough razor stubble, and one of my daughters was complaining about it. So I figured out a way how to fix that. I actually put fur up and around, basically over that stubble, so it's not sitting there exposed and rubbing on her heel and whatnot and on her leg. What I did was I put the cuff that goes around on the inside, and then I go and I fluff out. I actually pull up as much fur as will come up, basically, and then I do my whip stitch around it, and I tuck. It catches the fur and tucks it up over it. And in doing so, that part is now covered up with fur on that side, and it looks like this. This fur kind of sticking out, but it doesn't really matter. I don't pull that seam all the way out either. With this elk skin, it's really, really soft stuff. So, like I said, there's fur that comes out of that seam, but with the flap over it, you're not going to see that, and it's going to be a lot more comfortable, I believe, on the ankle. So that's one modification that I've done making this next set of moccasins, is making sure there's actually fur tucked up underneath there in this whip stitch. And like I said, what I do is put the the flap on the inside, and then I'll turn it over later. I'll pull it out and turn it over, but I pull up, make sure the fur is sticking up in there, so it's over that, what I call razor stubble part on the fur. So that's one modification I've made for these moccasins.